So what exactly is holding you back? Is this the feelings of shame? Is this the willingness to be perfect, or a fear of making mistakes, or fear of accepting some feelings that are familiar for you from your childhood and you are scared to embrace? And as I said, what are the costs of it? What are the benefits of it? Each time when you are avoiding these feelings, what does it cause for you? And if you were not avoiding, and if you were not postponing, and if you were acting in line with your purpose, what difference it can create in your relationships, in your life, in your career, in your studies. How would other people notice that you are acting despite your fears, despite your despite uncomfortable internal experiences? And how you would know that you are capable of doing it? What were some signs of achievement in the past that you could succeed even despite uncomfortable feelings? And what was different about those days when you could succeed? Can you recall a time when people were unkind to you, but you continued to be kind towards them? And what difference it made in their lives and in your life, and what does it tell about you? And what if you could use these qualities and skills in other aspects of your life, in other fields of your life, where when you feel challenges, when you have challenges? What if you could stay patient, compassionate, even during the times when you feel upset? And what if you could help other people and share some useful ideas that can help to improve their lives even during difficult times? What kind of change it can create? Another important point in finding motivation and continuing to do things is that oftentimes we think that we need to take action, or we need to be productive only when we feel happy, or we feel peace, or there are no uncomfortable feelings or thoughts. But is it really possible? Is it really possible to stay happy all the time, to stay peaceful and resilient? And if we look at lives of other people who were successful, we would notice that they used to take action even during challenging times, even when they were feeling upset, disappointed, misunderstood. They were continuing to do what's important for them. And understanding this and imagining yourself acting even when it's difficult for you, when you feel tired, when you feel upset, and thinking about costs and effects of it in the future, and what kind of change it can create in the future, or what can be the costs of constantly avoiding or postponing things and avoiding feelings that are challenging for us. Thinking about the bigger picture and impact it can create for other people and for yourself can help you to become more courageous and motivated even when you don't feel like doing things. It's quite common for all of us to feel unmotivated and to feel sad and anxious from time to time. And it's quite normal that sometimes we are avoiding things that are important for us, or we are procrastinating. And today I will discuss some themes and would help you to ask some questions that might help you to understand yourself better and to realize these patterns of thoughts or emotions that are causing you to avoid things. And these questions can help you to become more motivated and willing to act even at the presence of some challenging feelings or thoughts, and that would help you to live your life fully despite some uncomfortable feelings and thoughts. So it's quite common that sometimes we are avoiding things or postponing things, and it's important to understand what are some themes and underlying beliefs. For instance, you might be avoiding things when you feel sad or anxious or upset, or you feel disappointed. It's quite normal to have these feelings and to accept these feelings and take time for these feelings. But however, if it's considerably impacting your life, and if you keep postponing things, and if you keep avoiding things that are important for you in the expense of these feelings, this might negatively impact your performance, or your repertoire, life repertoire might be narrowed, and you might find yourself at a point when it's difficult to live according to your purpose, according to your meaning. So try to understand yourself. What's there that holding you back from doing things that are important for you? What thoughts you have at that point when you decide to avoid things or to postpone things? Is this feelings of disappointment, maybe critics or misunderstanding from some people make you feel this way, and you just don't want to experience these feelings since they are uncomfortable, and you are choosing to distract yourself with things that you enjoy and don't want, and it can be difficult to stay focused on your task at that time. So understanding these feelings, and understanding why are you avoiding these feelings, and what are they triggering in you, and what has caused this. Or maybe you can ask yourself, when did you meet with these feelings first, and what are you scared of, and what are your fears, and why, what holds you back. Asking yourself these questions would clarify these patterns, and it would be easier to choose meaning and purpose when you will have the same feelings again. Certainly there are times when we feel tired, exhausted, and what kind of difference it could create if you were acting not according to your motivation, but according to a person you want to become. And how would you know that that perfect version of you was there, and how they would respond to challenges and difficulties that you are having, and what would be different about the way you are speaking with people, you are responding to people, and what would be different about your interactions, the way you plan your day, your routines, and which activities you would like to be engaged in. If compassion was present, if kindness was there, what kind of difference it can create in your life. What if you continue to do what's important for you at that moment, even while having uncomfortable feelings? For instance, if someone is telling you that you are not good at something, what difference it could make if you could continue learning and trying to do your best, and if you could notice those thoughts in your mind and feelings that are created, that are influenced by these thoughts and your body sensations at that moment. You could feel the temperature of your breath and tightness of your muscles, and you could just relax and take the next step that is important for you, that is meaningful for you. And if you keep doing this instead of keeping postponing things, or being afraid of your fears, or feeling scared of your anxiety, and if you could walk along with anxiety and your fears and challenging feelings, and if you could invite them to walk with you towards your goals, what kind of change it can create, and how this would impact your motivation. Because oftentimes we feel motivated once we start doing things, and if you look into your past, you would notice that oftentimes you feel joy, or you feel peace once you have started something. But when you are starting something new, or when you are making efforts, it's more difficult, because your mind can be ruminating, and you might be overthinking, and you might be thinking about different scenarios, thinking about the worst. And this is the way the human mind works, and actually it serves us, thinking about the worst scenarios and thinking about ways of coping and overcoming can be helpful when we face the same challenges in real life. However, constantly being stuck on those thoughts and being fused with these thoughts and constantly looking for critiques and negative things can negatively impact our lives. That's why focusing on things that we can change and things that we can control, and doing those things in line with our meaning, it's what probably being a human, that what makes us humans, accepting our weaknesses, flaws, and continue to do what's important for us despite these weaknesses and challenges. If you are still listening to my video, it means that there is a part of you who wants to improve, who wants to be better at certain task, or who wants to feel motivated and who wants to keep going despite feeling exhausted, despite having challenges and despite having some difficult thoughts or feelings. And what if this version of you who is still trying, who is still willing to continue to learn and to improve themselves showed up more often, and if this version of you could invite you to take action during times when you feel unmotivated, when you feel tired, what kind of change it can create if many versions of you could cooperate and walk along towards your goals, and what difference it can create if the part of you who is willing to make progress could